So I'm going to start one series of the videos in which I'm going to deliver episode wise series where I'm going to discuss about the Python end to end, like from the beginner basic to the advanced levels. So I'm planning to release each and every episode on the daily basis. So today I'm just going to start my first video in the Python learning. So this video series is not going to be help for the professional level of experience, but if you are a beginner in the Python, if you want to learn about the Python from the basic, if you are not aware about anything about the Python, so I'm going to start this series. Just watch, just keep this series follow, and then you will learn a lot. So I'm going to start my first video. Okay, so in this video I'm going to share some basic understanding about the Python. So what is the fundamental about the Python? What is the meaning of the Python? Why we should use that? So all the things I'm going to cover in this video. So first of all, suppose that in other programming language, if you want to write some code, at least hello world, if you want to print, so there are a lot of syntax are there. If I'm talking about C#, so there are a lot of syntax you have to write, and then only you can print the hello words. Similarly, if you are following the C++ language, then you have to write some predefined import statement and then some of the syntax, and then you are able to print the at least hello world. But in the Python, if you see that if you want to print any hello words in the console, then you have to just write print statement and hello world. That's it. So in this case, you do not have to follow all the predefined syntax in the Python. You just write simple print hello world and that's it. It's a very simple programming language. Okay, so if you want to learn this Python, so I'm just going to start with the basic print hello world. So this is the simple English programming language, and why we should learn this Python. So Python is general purpose high level language, and if you are a beginner and if you want to understand the Python from the basic, it's a very easy, and within a small time you will have a grasp about the one of the programming language. So this is one of the example about the Python, how you are going to print the hello words. Okay, now coming to the some simple example in the Python side. Okay, so Python, suppose that if you want to have a is equal to 10, which is the integer, and b is equal to 20, which is the also integer, and if you want to do the sum, okay, so in that case you just write a print statement, the sum is, and then in the output with the comma separated you just print the a plus b, so it will do the sum. That's it. So you do not have to write each and every syntax like import this like that, and you just write simple statement and then print it. That's it. So this is one of the simplest example in the Python how to print the sum of the two numbers. Okay, so some of the things, some of the fundamental concept I am going to tell you. Okay, what is the things you have to remember. Suppose that Python, there are some keywords are there. Keywords means, suppose that if you are going to write something print statement, right? If you want to declare some functions, so you have to write def keywords. So there are some keywords, inbuilt keyword are available. So you cannot use those keywords while declaring any kind of variable. Suppose this is the a and b, right? So these are the variables, and this variable is nothing but an integer. So Python is the dynamically type input programming language which will understand without declaring any kind of data type. So you do not have to declare int like that. You do not have to mention that. Python will understand that depending on the value you have passed. So if it is the integer, by default internally it will understand that. If you are passing the strings, by default it will understand this is the string, right? So this is the dynamically type Python programming language. So there are some keywords in the Python. You have to understand that these are the keywords. So suppose that like none, true, and, as, like break, class. These are some keywords. So while declaring this kind of variable name a, b, or whatever the variable name you want to declare, you cannot use these kind of keywords, okay, because these are the reserved keywords. We cannot use these keywords while declaring the variable name, right? So my question, the first question is coming to the mind, that what are the use of the Python, right? So Python we can use for the desktop applications. Python we can use the web applications development, database development, networking, some kind of gaming program. Even most of the companies like YouTube's, Amazon, and multiples IT giants are using this Python, okay, internally. So Python's even in the Google, NASA also using the Python internally, okay. So some of the features I just want to explain about the Python. So features are like so feature is basically, this is the simple programming language, okay. This is the simple programming language, simple programming, okay. So I explain why it is simple, because this is the simply English reading program kind of, okay. You do not have to write much on the syntax wise import and all the things, okay. This is the first features, okay. Second feature is that it is the freeware, okay, freeware and open source, okay. Freeware and open source means it is available without any license. If you want to use the Python, you can directly download the Python and you can use that. You do not have to purchase any license for that. Third is high level language, okay. What is the meaning of high level language? High level language means if you are writing any kind of programming line, you do not have to much know about the machine level language like 1 and 0. So machine is basically understand the 1 and 0, okay. So this is the very high level language. So you whatever you are writing, just writing the English, that's it, and internally it will understand, it will convert all the language into the low level language. Low level language means machine level, that is the 1 and 0, okay. Fourth is, this is the platform independent, okay. Platform independent means, suppose that if you build a program in the Python and you want to carry this Python program into the pen drive, or if you want to run your Python program into the different machine, different environments, you can do that, okay. It's still not worried about the platform, whatever the platform in which you are going to execute that, okay. Fifth is basically portability, okay. What is the meaning of portability? Portability means that you can carry your program into the pen drive, hard disk, and just use that program to carry anywhere and just plug and play like that. It's a platform independent, okay. Sixth, it's a dynamically type, okay. Dynamically type. What is the meaning of dynamically type? So dynamically type means, suppose that if you are going to write a is equal to 10, right, so it will understand that this is the integer variable. If you are writing c is equal to temp, right, so it will internally understand that this is the string data type. You do not have to mention that it is a string or it is a integer. It will automatically understand internally. So this is nothing but a dynamically type, right. Now coming to next, this is the both procedure and object oriented programming language, okay. So there are two type of language are available. Object oriented programming language, where you are declaring the class, method, constructor, and procedure based also. So this Python program is basically work in both of the type of language, okay. And next is interpreted language. So this is the interpreted language. So whenever you are just writing a Python program, you do not have to compile or convert into the object, right. It will automatically compile and execute that. So just like that scripting language, okay. So this is nothing but a interpreted language. Now extendable, next feature is extensible. Okay, it means that you can extend your features of the program, your functionality, depending on your requirement. You can expand that. So there are a lot of libraries are available. You can expand your features, you can create your own library. Okay, so this is basically extendable, one of the features in the Python. You can extend that. Okay, now coming to the 10, this is nothing but a extensive library. Okay, extensive library means there are a lot of libraries are available in the Python, built by different team, different person, different companies. Okay, so depending on your requirement, you can import those kind of library and you can use that. Lot of library, lot of open source are available. So these are the things, these are the features I just want to explain. These are the features of the Python, right? Now coming to the limitations. Okay, so limitation is nothing but a, what are the limitations of the Python? Okay, so limitations are, it is cannot use for the mobile applications. So mobile application development, we cannot use that. Okay, second is performance wise not up to the mark. So suppose that if you have a C programming language and if you have a Python programming language, C programming language is much faster, much better performance than the Python. So that are the some limitations are there. Okay, performance. Now coming to some of the flavor. Flavor is nothing but a flavors of the Python. Okay, so flavors are nothing but a, suppose that if you have a C programming language and if you want to run that C programming language application into the Python, you can execute that. So that is available like C Python. You can use this library to execute your C program application. Suppose that you have a Java application and you want to execute in the Python, you can use the Python. Okay, Python is available. Suppose that if you have a Ruby language, so if you want to run this Ruby language application into the Python, you can use it with the help of Ruby Python. So there are a lot of flavors are available in the Python depending on the requirement, depending on the application built in the different application, different programming language, you can use that. Okay, so that is, there is no limitations in the Python. Now coming to the Python versioning, how many versions are available in the Python? Okay, so if I'm talking about the Python version, so this is come with the 1x, means it was come with the 1x, which was actually introduced in 1994. Okay, now coming to 2x, 2.1, 2.2 like that, this was introduced in 2000. Okay, now coming to 3 point, so right now we are using whatever we are building, that is basically a 3 point like that. Okay, so this is nothing but a, it was introduced in 2008. So suppose that some of the programs are already built in the Python 2 version, and if you want to run the Python into the 3 version, that application, so it is not guaranteed that it will execute, because there are a lot of changes are done in the Python 3 version in comparison to Python 2 version. Okay, lot of syntax wise changes are there. So Python 2 application cannot compatible in Python 3 version, and similarly in Python 3 version is not compatible with the Python 2 version. So whatever the changes are there, you have to make the adjustment and then you can use that into the different versioning. Okay, so currently 3.11 is right now the latest version which is available. There is a sometimes 3.12 also, but majorly we are using the 3.11 version, which is the latest version in the Python. Okay, so these are the some of the versioning part. which I have explained some of the features, some of the limitations, some of the flavors. I hope you understand. Okay, so we will meet you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video.